Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today, we're diving into a heart-pounding story. Phan has gone missing, deep in the dangerous forest, with no food, no water, and no way to call for help. Will Thu and Toan find her before it's too late? If you love emotional drama and suspense like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Imagine waking up to a quiet farm, wrapped in soft morning mist. The kind that makes everything feel a little heavier than usual. That's exactly where we start today. Thu's on the phone, his voice low and heavy with worry that you can feel through the speaker. We still haven't found Phan. Today, I'll go with Thu. We'll continue searching for Phan together. You can hear the exhaustion and the determination mixed together. Toan is listening on the other end, and right away, his heart sinks. He knows this isn't just another day. Without missing a beat, he starts making decisions. I think I'll tell Ly Tu Diem to stay home today while I go with Thu to look for Phan. He already asked some local guy to guide him. It's a long way into the forest, and it's dangerous for Ly Tu Diem to go alone. I'm really worried she might get lost. As he says these words, Toan's voice gets deeper. His eyes drift off like he's seeing something far away. Memories come rushing back. The time Ly Tu Diem herself got lost in that same forest. That fear is still so fresh for him. He's not taking any chances this time. The call keeps going. Thu confirms the plan and says he'll send the location soon. Toan nods to himself, sounding solid and ready. Okay, I'll get ready and go. But those simple words carry so much more. They're not just plans, they're proof of how tightly these people are connected when someone they care about is missing. Toan looks around the house, where Ly Tu Diem is already getting things ready. You can feel the weight on his shoulders, that mix of responsibility and deep affection. He's thinking about Phan out there somewhere in the deep forest, with no food, no water, and he's also thinking about protecting Ly Tu Diem, the person he once searched for in pure desperation. The pressure is real, pressing down hard. Yet somewhere in all that worry, a small spark of hope flickers because everyone is stepping up. Toan decides he'll stay just long enough to handle a few things at the factory before heading out. Anxiety, determination, and that warm family bond all swirl together inside him. It's that quiet turning point, from sitting and waiting to actually doing something. The whole atmosphere feels tense, but there's also this comforting sense of people refusing to give up on each other. It's like an unspoken promise hanging in the morning air. Now the sun is climbing higher, light filtering through the leaves as Toan picks up the phone again. His voice stays steady, but you can still hear that worry underneath. He calls Mr. Luyan at the factory. Hey, I've got some things to handle today, so I probably won't make it down there. Can you please pass this on to Ms. Phan for me? Everyone needs to manage the workers, keep the work organized, and arrange the goods properly. If a truck shows up, receive everything and record the details carefully. He sounds clear and in control, but inside his mind is already drifting toward the forest. He adds more instructions about new raw materials coming in, how to handle the trucks, and making sure the logging is logged right. His tone drops a little when he talks about the pressure. The customers are waiting. Production can't slow down. You feel how torn he is, trying to keep the business running while his heart is somewhere else entirely. At the same time, Tu Diem quietly walks onto Phan's farm. The place feels still, almost too quiet, except for the distant sound of chickens that reminds everyone the owner isn't there. She starts cleaning the pens, and you can hear the anxiety in her voice. I really hope we get news about Miss Phan soon, so she can come back to the farm. It's very dangerous for her to be in the forest like that, with no food or water. I'm so worried. She feeds the hungry chickens and pigs. Their loud grunting seems to echo her own heavy feelings. Then she starts picking the ripe tomatoes that have already started to wilt. Her eyes look sad as she sees how close they are to spoiling. It's like she's picturing Phan lost and alone out there in the wilderness. Every tomato she picks feels personal. Toan finally wraps up that factory call, but you can see the tightness in his chest as those old memories of searching for Tu Diem come flooding back again. He gets it completely. What Thu is going through right now, that deep torment of not knowing where the person you care about is. The pressure is still sitting heavy on him, yet he stays focused and determined to meet up with Thu. While all of this is happening, Tu Diem is working completely alone on the farm, moving through her tasks with quiet prayers mixed in. You feel that faint hope blending with regret and fear in every step she takes. The whole scene gently shifts from the everyday practical chores to something much deeper. Those inner emotional connections that tie these people together, turning simple actions into reflections on love, loss, and shared worry. The farm that should feel peaceful instead carries this lonely quiet, warmed only by the silent compassion these characters show for one another. Then the story pulls us deep into the overlapping mountain forest, where the harsh afternoon sun cuts through the sparse leaves. Three figures stand at a fork with three different paths ahead. The local guide speaks in that low, steady voice. Just keep going up here. There are several paths up here. The space feels so vast and overwhelming that it presses down on everyone's hearts. Thu looks around, his voice firm, but clearly filled with anxiety. This place is so big. How are we going to find it? We'll have to split up and search. They quickly agree that each person will take one path and return to the same starting point if anyone gets lost. If we get lost on this hill, we can always come back and meet here. You can feel the tension wrapping around them like a thick blanket as they check their phones. No signal at all. Thu's heart clenches tight, and the anguish rises in his throat as he starts calling out, Phan, Sister Phan. His voice echoes into the deep forest and slowly fades into complete silence. Toan walks his own chosen path, his heartbeat pounding loud with those same memories of searching for Tu Diem before. Every single step carries heavy worry, and every call out is a fragile thread of hope hanging in the middle of real danger. The guide heads off on another route, and all three of them push themselves hard through the ancient woods, feeling smaller and smaller against the massive forest. Thu stops for a moment, breathing heavily, and says, "This girl definitely didn't go down here." He looks upward toward the higher ground, mixing faint hope with pure exhaustion. The deep concern for Phan, lost and alone, without any food or water under that scorching sun, pushes Thu forward with even stronger determination. The whole scene changes from that initial teamwork and coordination into these solitary footsteps moving through the trees. What started as shared hope slowly turns into this haunting inner torment that each of them carries alone. The pressure of still not finding her, all the regret, and the growing fear twist together, creating one of the most powerful, emotional turning points in the story. Those repeated calls for Phan keep resonating through the air, sounding like quiet prayers drifting across the desolate wilderness. In that moment, you really feel how these people are bound together, fighting side by side against the pain of loss, refusing to let go even when everything feels impossible. The contrast hits hard. The peaceful morning on the farm and at the factory versus this raw, unforgiving search in the mountains. It makes you lean in closer, wondering what will happen next, feeling that growing anxiety right along with them. The worry builds higher and higher, turning into strong determination to keep moving, and finally settles into this deep sense of loneliness surrounded by endless trees and silence. That's where we leave things for now, with the screen slowly fading to black, while those distant calls still echo in the empty space. What a way to end the episode. Your heart is racing, and you can't wait to see how the search continues. In the quiet morning mist, Thu's worried voice echoes through the phone. Phan is still missing deep in the dangerous forest. Toan immediately takes charge, asking Tu Diem to stay home for safety while he joins the search with Thu and a local guide. Haunted by memories of Tu Diem's own terrifying ordeal in the same forest, Toan quickly gives instructions to his factory team before heading out. Meanwhile, Tu Diem arrives at Phan's lonely farm. She cleans the pens, feeds the hungry animals, and sadly picks the wilted ripe tomatoes, her heart heavy with fear for her missing friend. Deep in the vast mountain forest, Thu, Toan, and the guide split up at a fork in the path. With no phone signal, they call out, Phan, Phan," into the empty wilderness. Tension rises as the harsh sun beats down. Will they find her before it's too late? The search grows more desperate with every echoing call.